6 years ago, there was a survey trying to prove that every Pokemon is somebody's favorite. Yes, even this guy. What was surprising was that 4 Pokemon were favorited by no one. But I told that story already, and it got so much traction, a new survey was formed. Brand spanking new. And what's special about this one is it includes all forms, Mega, things. It's a long list. The results were very surprising. And I'm not just saying, oh, you gotta watch till the end because that last one will shock you. It actually might electrify you. Pokemon pun. To give you a taste, Charizard is not even in the top 10. With over 26,000 votes, I'm gonna show you the top 10, the bottom 10, the Pokemon that got 1 vote, the Pokemon that got 0 votes, the best Pokemon of each region. There's a whole data sheet I did. If you're a nerd and you wanna look at all the details, it will be in the description. Now let's just get into it. First piece of information here I wanna show you is which generation got the most votes. I think it was pretty obvious that Gen 1 was gonna make it to the top, but after that, it's kind of all over the place. Besides 9 and 8 being like newer, I feel like less people like the newer generations. I don't think it's just because of the old fans. There's a lot of marketing done with Gen 1 Pokemon, and I get it, it works, but something Haunter instead of Gengar would be nice sometimes. And the top Pokemon per gen, not the top Pokemon overall, but the top Pokemon per gen were Gen 1 Gengar, then Umbreon, Mudkip. Did not see that coming. I mean, I have one friend who likes Mudkip. Steffi, shout out to you. But I didn't think that many people liked Mudkip. Gen 4 Lucario, Gen 5 Oshawott, another starter. And yes, we also have a top 10 list of starters coming, but that's after this. I got Gen 6 is Sylveon, Gen 7 Mimikyu, Gen 8 Dragapult, and Gen 9 Tinkaton. Tinkaton is pretty cute. I find that's a really cool original Pokemon because nowadays they make like Pokemon that are fridges, washing machines, which honestly I figured out people really like, and we'll get to that a little bit later too. Everyone who said it was stupid, it's some people's favorite. Now straight to the point with the top 10 Pokemon overall, the Pokemon people love the most. And in first place, I'm not telling you. We're gonna be going backwards just for added suspense. In 10th place, we've got Greninja. In 9th, Umbreon. 8th, we've got Piplup. In 7th, we've got Eevee. In 6th, we've got Lucario. In 5th, we've got Bulbasaur. In 4th, we've got Mudkip. In 3rd, Gengar. In 2nd, Sylveon. And in 1st place, Mimikyu. Mimikyu is the top favorited Pokemon. Kind of funny, the top favorite Pokemon is a Pokemon that just is up as the Pokemon mascot. I'm surprised a lot of these starters were in first place, but if I have to think about why, it's probably because people who started their game grew attached to their first starter. Most of us kept it in our team the whole game. It grows old with us. I wrote a song about that.
Making a choice wasn't as hard as I think.
But I still find it surprising that there's no Pikachu, there's no Charizard. I know I said this in the last video, but in my surroundings, you only got Bulbasaur if you were the last pick. My brother gets Charmander, I got Squirtle, and my sister gets Bulbasaur. But I guess people do choose Bulbasaur by itself. And some people Ponyta. I thought showing you the top 20 would also be interesting because the top 10 is like, you know, mostly the ones that we knew everyone liked. But in the top 20, it gets pretty interesting. We've got Garchomp, Oshawott, Luxray, Psyduck, Arcanine, Snorlax, Chandelure. Then it's Charizard, Leafeon, and Espeon. You know, you'd think that Pikachu would be in there. I think everybody wanted a Pikachu when they were younger watching Pokemon for the first time. Here's a list of the top 10 starters and the least favorited starters. Keep in mind this list is people choosing their favorite Pokemon, not just their starter Pokemon, so the results could be different. You want to know my new favorite starter Pokemon? Come up. This is my new starter Pokemon. Her name's Kira, and if you watch Death Note, I didn't, but it means sparkle, I think, in Japanese, when she's teething. Wait, no, is it Kira? Mwah. Okay, she looks like Poochyena. So yeah, we got a puppy, but back to the list. Here's the top Pokemon types. Dual types like Rock and Poison gave 1 point for each. As for the bottom Pokemon, we're just gonna start with the Pokemon that got 1 vote because there are so many. No. Hi, Kira. There are so many Pokemon with 1 vote. That's what we're going to count as the bottom Pokemon. And the ones with 0 votes will be a separate category, I will tell you. Because I included all forms and variants, there are many in this category, but I felt like it was the only way considering how much a form can change a Pokemon. Wow, someone's favorite is a white striped Basculin. Okay, but this Entei is sick though. If you voted for one of these Pokemon, it's here because of you. Well, that's an ugly Gyarados. Yo, this guy looks like he's from Dragon Quest. You know, I didn't even know some of these existed. Now you gotta think, out of all the Pokemon in the world, someone chose one of these as their absolute favorite. Like the specific species of Zygarde, 10%. People choosing these off ones make me feel like it is true. Every Pokemon is at least somebody's favorite. But it's still a hypothesis. I mean, if Pokemon themselves wanted to do a survey, then they would definitely get everybody to vote, and I'm sure it would happen. But at the moment, this is where we're at. Also, I find it cool that Cascoon got a vote here, and Silcoon, because last survey, Silcoon got 0 votes. But then again, I still feel like people who watched that video might have voted for these Pokemon just cuz. And here's a cute story to contradict my contradiction. Here's the Pokemon with 0 votes. It's a smaller list than the 1 vote category. Oh, I forgot about Castform. I feel like he was the first Rotom. Oh boy, I'm not a fan of this guy. Gumshoe's here. Last time it was his other evolution. And man, there are a lot of variants. This Squawkabilly Blue and Yellow and Iron Dreads. But wait. What if we remove all the Pokemon that got votes in the last survey from 6 years ago? And the variants too? Well, we'd be left with only the new Pokemon. It would be very flawed, so forget that. But here's how many votes the previous 0 voted Pokemon got this time. Do you think the hypothesis is true? Is every Pokemon loved by at least one person? Is somebody's favorite Pokemon fan Rotom? That's an interesting Pokemon to be your favorite Pokemon. You must really like fans. And if you're a fan of this channel, make sure to like and subscribe. No one liked Golbat or Tentacool, which is weird. I thought they would choose Zubat because they were so annoying, as well as Tentacool was very annoying. I feel like that was my main reason of using Repel. Also, I feel like Zubats were also in water. Is that a possible thing? Is it just me? Did they scar me that much that I just think that they'll pop up everywhere? And I feel like the lack of scarcity, that's a big word. I never use big words, but that's a big one. The lack of scarcity makes a Pokemon not as desirable. And I know it's contradictory for me to say this because the starter Pokemon were in the top 10. Maybe there's some psychology in the fact that you had to choose your favorite starter from the start, but I feel like people are more likely to favorite the Pokemon that are rare to find. And I don't think the legendaries even count in that. I mean, back in the day, let's say Zapdos and Articuno and those ones, yeah, sure. But nowadays, you just get the legendary. You know you're gonna get the legendary. It's not like, oh my god, I found the thing. I strongly recommend you go through this list. You're gonna see things that you're gonna be like, oh, that's interesting. Frost Rotom getting 29 votes, which is very close to Caterpie's 28. Somebody's favorite is Caterpie. If you're lazy, comment the Pokemon and I'll tell you what place it got and how many votes it got. Now here's the kicker, and also something cool if you didn't get a chance to vote. 26,000 votes is a lot in a survey, but it's not enough. So here's the plan. I say we keep the survey going. So as they accrue, wow, I'm using so many smart words today. The votes will get bigger and bigger, and every so often, once we hit a certain number, we can do another one of these videos. Because there have been many of these surveys, but no prolonging ones. Also, you can change your vote if you already voted, so that's kind of cool too. With Pokemon ZA out, there's gonna be new favorites. And also, as this channel grows, I'll be able to have more pull. If I had 100,000 subscribers or something, or these videos got like way more views, we would get way more votes. And it's gonna happen. Just give me time. When I created this survey, it went viral on Reddit. I think we got over 300,000 views on that post. I still remember calling my friend Stoic. I was like, dude, we're gonna change the world. We got like 50 votes. Here, actually, the first votes we got, I actually filmed. This is the footage from there. Guess how many responses we're at?
How many?
47.
What?
47 responses, bro. I know. You were Braxis, weren't you?
This is amazing. We have 53 upvotes right now. And if you go on the Pokemon homepage, we're 19th position. These experiments don't always work, so get on the TikTok.
So it was a really fun experiment to do. Thank you for your patience. I'm Jawny, and thanks for watching. I love you. Ciao. Here's last year's video, and here's some questions I asked to Pokemon fans, like, which Pokemon would you bring in real life? Or, if you were deserted in an island, which Pokemon would you bring with you? If you really want to be nice, you can join, so I can put your name at the end of the video. That's all it gives you, but it supports me. Don't eat that.